Former President Olusegun Obasanjo has challenged the youth of Africa to take up leadership and not wait till tomorrow. The former president said the popular saying that youth are the leaders of tomorrow doesn't even hold water any longer. It's just a normal rhetorics. As according to him, the present leaders in the continent do not think of tomorrow for the young ones. While speaking as a guest at the 11th edition of the Future Africa Leaders Award at Christ Embassy Church on the night of December 31st, 2023, at the Love World Crusade Ground, Asese, along Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, Ogun State, Obasanjo challenged the youth to take up the task of lifting the continent, noting that the present leaders in Africa are selfish and self-centered, thus do not think of the young ones as leaders. Well, Baba Yabo, you are one of the leaders in the continent. Do you really think about the younger ones when you were in office, or even now that you are out of office? Do you really think about the younger ones? Because when you talk about the leaders, it comprises both past and present leaders. The former Nigerian president said, "Don't be disappointed about the situation in your community, nation, or in the world today. God loves Africa. This is because what has happened to us in the Africa would have been enough for the continent to stop existing. No continent has been treated the way Africa was treated, taking citizens into slavery with more than 10 million dying in the process. Yet we are standing firm, populating the world with our skills and competencies. So for you, the youth of Africa, you can make the differences. You have been built with leadership. Bring it out and make the difference." Who built them with leadership? Is it the same selfish leaders you are talking about? Or do not let anyone tell you that you are tomorrow's leaders. You are leaders of today. If you wait for tomorrow, they won't even allow your tomorrow to come, because the present leaders are selfish, self-centered, and do not think of your tomorrow. They are not ready to quit the stage and do not think of your tomorrow. They think of themselves and do not think of you. So you are today's leaders and not tomorrow's leaders, he said. Meanwhile, the annual Future Africa Leaders Awards by Believers Love World Christ Embassy recognizes and empowers young Africans between the ages of 16 and 23 who have fostered positive change and innovative advancements in their communities across the continent through multifaceted initiatives and projects. The winner of the night, who embodies the highest standards of visionary leadership, received a prize of $25,000 additionally to the top 10 finalists announced, and went home with a grant of $10,000 each for their contributions. Okay. You know, one thing I always like about this, especially Nigeria, because when you talk of Africa, I don't even know much. Of course, they always say, oh, most of the African countries are the same, but I always look things from the perspective of Nigeria, because when you see this kind of gathering, this is where it will end. It will go nowhere. We see that a lot of people in Nigeria now are building themselves, but those who tend to go in the way of all those politicians and even some religious leaders who are not doing the right thing, they are free to do so. Those ones do not have self-worth. They always like, oh, my GO said this. Oh, this politician is from my place. Oh, he said this. Oh, I have to follow him because of what is going to come out from him or her. That is what some people have done. But some people are still standing, irrespective of how corrupt the system has been. Yes, when you see this kind of gathering, you hear this kind of people like Obasanjo and the rest of them saying the same rhetorics, and it will end there. They have no plan of developing anybody, even develop the country that they claim they have ruled, or they are ruling, or they are leading. It's a problem. It's all about lip service and their own selfish interests. Well, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is one of the best civilian presidents Nigeria has produced, because he carries Nigeria youth on board with the leadership of the country Nigeria. So let everyone know the truth and embrace the renewed hope agenda this 2024. Don't listen to the devil. I beg, leave that thing. You can't preach to us about what we already know, because we are Nigerians like yourself. The emergence of Tinubu brought poverty and acute hardship to Nigerians because of his policies. Maybe you are one of the very few beneficiaries of this awkward regime, of course, and some of them are just like, oh, because this one is for my area, no matter what he will do no wrong. This particular person is one of them. Yoruba adage says, Ajala talo no oniwo náà ni. You are the originator of everything you are saying. Obasanjo wanted to remain the only president from the West. Since coming on board of President Tinubu, the old man is very bitter. You did not even plan for the future of the youth too when you were there. Very good talk. Nigeria has as a case study shows that our very wicked, dubious and gluttonous politicians are not willing to allow the youth to take their destiny in their own hands. The truth still remains that Nigeria as structured is an unworkable material, period. Yes. Great truth from an old experienced leader. African leaders are actually selfish and don't even believe in today's youth. See what happened during the EndSARS saga, where many of our youth once were brutally killed just because they demanded for a better life. Obasanjo was right. African youth has no tomorrow under these filthy, corrupt and selfish leaders who think only about themselves. The unfortunate thing there is that Nigeria has been like this, and the unfortunate thing, like I made mention, is this Tinubu coming on board instead of him to come and correct the right, but he's coming to do worse things. Somebody who has been planning to be president for how many decades, and see what is dishing out to Nigerians. It's just unfortunate. We are supposed to be progressing, but we are going backward, retrogressing all the time. And he has the effrontery. The whole world, heaven and earth know that Buhari did very, 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 coordinated in a very bad way. And this Tinubu has the effrontery to tell us that he's going to continue from there. Buhari did badly to Nigerians and the country itself, and this month he's saying he's going to continue from where he stopped. And the worst part of it is that he's doing even worse than what Buhari has even done. That is the unfortunate thing there. So guys, like they always say, use your tongue to count your teeth. Whatever it comes from there, so be it. Leave your comment down there below and let us have your take. Thank you.